Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, August 1st, 2018. We have quite a few impacts going on then in the next couple of days over the Great Basin. For today, we're looking at some mix of wet and dry thunderstorms in place over much of the central and eastern portions of the geographic area. We do have some drier type thunderstorms expected over eastern Idaho, and they'll be a little bit wetter in western Wyoming and across much of central and southern Nevada and into Utah. We'll also begin to see some winds move into far western Nevada today. Those strong winds will spread across northern Nevada and up into Idaho on Thursday and continue into Friday. Some pretty good thunderstorm activity was observed yesterday in central and southern Nevada. Ongoing fires remain quite active across the geographic area, especially over the northern half of the area, with a number of team fires in progress there. These images show the precipitation for the past 30 days with the observed amounts on the left and the percent of normal on the right. We can see here that Idaho has been very dry for the past month, and even portions of northern Utah and northern Nevada have received virtually no precipitation for the month of July. This has led to very high fire danger values. We're looking at ERC here. Many stations are above the 90th percentile across Idaho, northern Utah, and northern Nevada. Some relief will be coming, especially to northern Utah and far eastern Idaho, with the precipitation expected for the next couple of days. But northern Nevada and western Idaho are going to remain dry, and we should expect those ERC values to remain where they are or continue to increase over the next few days. Taking a closer look at those ERC values, many of the sites across the central Idaho mountains are near historical records for the time of year and bumping up on that 97th percentile. This morning's satellite imagery is showing the area of high pressure in place across the southern Great Basin. This is allowing some of that moisture to rotate through the center of the geographic area. We can see some of that on the infrared imagery. Over the next few days, we'll see a low pressure drop into the Pacific Northwest, and this will increase winds primarily over northern Nevada and Idaho. For today, we've issued high-risk triggers for much of eastern Idaho and far northeast Nevada and northwest Utah for the chances of some dry or mixed wet and dry thunderstorms moving through those areas. Stronger winds are also expected over western Nevada, and high-risk triggers have been issued there. The image on the left shows the areas we're expecting to see some precipitation for today. And this includes much of eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and central Nevada and the higher elevations of Utah for today. Most of the winds this afternoon are going to be associated with those thunderstorms, except over far western Nevada where we'll see those westerly winds pick up. On Thursday, moisture will remain in place, particularly over far eastern Nevada and Utah, and we'll see some gustier winds move into Idaho and across northern Nevada. High-risk triggers have been issued in those areas. This wind event is going to be particularly troublesome because of the lightning that's moving through eastern Idaho today and the ongoing fires in much of the central Idaho mountains. Precipitation amounts are shown here on the left, expected for Thursday. The bulk of the precip on Thursday will be over the higher elevations of Utah and eastern Nevada. We can see those winds picking up in the image on the right, especially over western and northern Nevada and into much of Idaho. By Friday, we'll really begin to see a drying trend move in for the weekend, with even thunderstorm coverage decreasing over Utah. Gusty winds remain in place over Idaho and Nevada as that little area of low pressure, that little trough, remains in place over the Pacific Northwest. Precipitation coverage will decrease on Friday as we'll see that drying trend set in, and the winds continue to be quite strong over Idaho and northern Nevada. The 3-day precipitation accumulations are shown here. Best chance for precip over the next few days is going to be over the mountains of central and northern Utah, and then also those higher elevations in east central Nevada. The drying pattern continues into the weekend with continued gusty winds, mainly over far western Nevada and southeast Idaho. More of the same is expected on Sunday. We are looking for this large area of low pressure off the Pacific Northwest coast. We can see start to develop here that will be impacting our weather and bring some stronger winds into the first part of next week. On Monday, more dryness is expected. We really don't see much moisture moving up into even the southern Great Basin into the first part of next week. By Tuesday and midweek, maybe we'll begin to see a little bit of moisture squeaking into the far southern Great Basin. 7-day totals are shown here. They don't look that much different from the 3-day, as we're expecting the bulk of the precipitation to be coming today and tomorrow and then drying out for the weekend. And the extended forecast for the second week of August is still calling for above normal temperatures for much of Utah and Nevada. There is a bullseye of below normal temperatures moving into the Pacific Northwest associated with that larger area of low pressure moving into the area there, and should be bringing some cooler temperatures there. Precipitation trends will remain below normal for the geographic area, but again, that bullseye of above normal precipitation is moving into the Pacific Northwest associated with that low pressure. This concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.